Save a whole
Pressbox lights burn through the haze. Sam and Leroy bring in the blaze. Hot takes scream, yeah, fire unfolds. Sports talk raw, no stories untold. From the press box, raw feel alive. Wednesdays hit, yeah, we thrive. Reds, Bengals, Cubs, Bears collide. Sports unfiltered, buckle up, ride.
Good evening, Leroy. How you doing?
I
We're
am
thrown
okay.
off, aren't we?
I am okay. How are you? I know it's a little bit later of a night. I appreciate you taking a few minutes later today as we had baseball that not only started late, but started late. Normally our baseball game started around 4:30. This one was set to start at 6:30. Opening pitch was not till 7:05. And I was watching that opening pitch going, ooh, it's going to be a close one. Be a close one, but it was a very interesting baseball game, Sam.
Really?
Yeah, so Taylorville played Mount Zion, which is a conference rival. The two don't like each other at all. Taylorville's beat them pretty handily at basketball, but Mount Zion beat them in football. And in baseball, they split the two games that they played. They played one doubleheader, and they split. So Mount Zion led 3-1 and then hit a 2-run home run. And as he hit the home run, he did a Jose Bautista bat flip. I mean, that bat had to have gone 30 feet in the air, and I'm not exaggerating. Like, he took that bat and
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. As you should if you hit a dinger.
And
I'm sure Mr. Leroy was probably old man yelling at the cloud when that happened. Really?
I was more of just a
oh boy.
whoa. The person who didn't take too kindly to it was our catcher, because all of the players, I don't know how it is up in down in Kentucky, but when all the players hit a home run, they all come to the plate.
Yeah. I mean, it's rare that we see them. But they'll sometimes, in softball, they always come to the plate.
Right.
But in baseball, they'll more do like a tunnel to the dugout.
Right. Where they form it, and then when they, like, at least at college and in Taylorville, they'll kind of do a jump up in the air and come down and go boom like that. Well, they all came out to home plate, and our catcher didn't take too kindly to it and started pushing and shoving and was getting up into the guy that hit the home run was getting up into his face, saying it was interesting. Let's just put it that way. It was and then 2 innings later, a grand slam was hit, and you see the coach from outside going, "Stay! You all stay back! All of you stay!"
So he's channeling like his inner Anthony Rizzo and complaining about little things, I guess you could say.
How'd that Reds Cubs series go?
I didn't bring up anything about it. What did I tell you? I told you that I didn't have any expectations for it in the least.
Well,
I was fine with winning one.
You brought up Rizzo, so
yeah, because
yesterday was the anniversary of my favorite Anthony Rizzo play, and he wasn't even involved in it. It was the Pirates Baez play, where Baez, all of the first baseman for the Pirates has to do is touch first base. Instead, he tries to tag Baez out, and Baez ends up at second.
Well, I mean, today is also the anniversary 9 years ago that Harambe died.
Correct. Dicks out. Correct.
Yeah. May Harambe rest in
peace.
The
world has not been the same since.
No, it is really not. It was one of the more tragic days in this. John is alive.
Hey,
John is alive.
Glad to have you here, John.
Much to the chagrin of some and the celebration of others, he is still here.
Oh, we're happy John's here.
That's why I said I didn't specify as to who. Paul says 9 years already. Yep. 9 years. That's what it felt like waiting for the show today. It's weird. Like, we didn't have Jungle Juice tonight either because Mick is under the weather. And AK, see, what's funny What's funny? I'm
Fancy.
gonna call him out a little bit on this because for one, he's not watching, and if he is, he can hear it. Like he has a cough, and I'm like, oh.
Aww.
And I get, like, for us in this industry, is it's like, yep, throw some cough drops in. We gotta.
You got cough.
rub
I'll see you
some
tomorrow
dirt
at
on
6
it.
a.m.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
like
It's just kind of funny that it's like, oh, you poor guy. What would you do without that? Oh my goodness. It's so sad. It's so sad for sure. But okay. Let's I think we kind of rip through some stuff here, get to our other stuff so that we're not here until 11 o'clock tonight because
Yep.
we're already 30 minutes late. So maybe we do a little bit of things a little bit different. We can update the NASCAR pick contest really quick. We'll have our picks a little bit later on, frankly, just because as we were talking, I was counting those up.
Yeah.
And we mentioned, Leroy, that you had not had really a bad week all year until last week.
Right.
And now you've had back-to-back weeks. Last week, Leroy, you got 1 point for picking Kyle Larson. Paul Reeves picked Ryan Blaney, getting himself 1 point. So good job, Paul and Leroy. I got 44 for correctly predicting Denny Hamlin. And John, we gave you Logano. I don't remember whether you really wanted Logano or not, but you got Logano.
We gave him Logano.
You got 20 points. So right now, there has been a change in the lead. I am now in first, 388. Leroy at 363. Paul at 316. So we've got a decent gap, but as we know, Leroy, you were up by like 80 points a couple of weeks ago. So
it don't mean a whole lot. Yeah.
It just flexes. We'll pick Nashville.
Much like
a
the
little
Major
later in
League
the show.
Baseball season, it's way too early to celebrate or to moan and complain, unless you're a Pirates, Rockies, White Sox, Orioles fan.
What's interesting is today on The Athletic, I was reading an article because about once or twice a week I'll go into The Athletic and read a bunch of them because I like that. I like the articles. It's really
good
well done.
journalism. It's good journalism.
But Jim Bowden is one of their writers, and I always like enjoy reading his just because it's usually some outlandish stuff. But his article today was, these are the trade packages that the Pirates should make and trade away Paul Skeens.
Oh, is that the Cubs one with
there was a Cubs one, and now that I'm talking about it, I should have pulled it up.
No,
but I more just was laughing. I was more laughing like, can you imagine the Pirates? Like, what Pirates fans would do if, like, tomorrow it comes out that they traded Paul Skeens? Like, can you imagine?
I mean, I got a buddy of mine who's a Pirates fan who's already like trying to like sell a Skeens card to make big money to Pirates fans before he gets traded.
So here's the trade for the Cubs. If tomorrow this came out, this was the deal. What would Leroy Clemella say? So right-handed pitcher Cade Horton, who is the Cubs' top pitching prospect.
Yeah.
Apparently he's about ready, right?
He's already up in the major leagues.
Oh, yes,
he's already up.
Matt Shaw, third baseman. I know he's already up.
I've already hung up.
Kevin Alcantara, an outfielder, and Juan Tomas, who is 17.
Yep.
So you would say no.
I'd hang up on Shaw. Now, if we put Ballesteros in there, our other big prospect, you flip out Ballesteros for Shaw, I might listen. I might listen.
For Paul
but
Skeens?
Shaw, I'm hanging up.
Because, I mean, the Cubs do need an ace.
They
Fair
do.
enough, right?
They do. They need some bullpen help, too. But, yes, they do need an ace.
I feel like I always love that fans always say they need bullpen help. To me, bullpen help is it's like offensive linemen in football.
I know
what team does not need more bullpen help? What team does not need another offensive lineman?
Every single one.
Yeah, it's like all of them need it.
No, I wouldn't. Not for that.
You'd be rocking a Skeens jersey. You'd be rocking a Skeens jersey before the end of that week.
I would not. Not for Horton. I'm fine.
You're telling me that you don't want to give them out to have Livy done at Wrigley Field? We know you, Leroy. We know you.
Listen. I just can't get rid of Shaw, man. He looks really, really solid, and we've needed a third baseman for a long time. Not since Bryant have we had a decent third baseman. So I can't say no to that. I can't say yes to that deal. I can't. There's no way.
It was interesting. Some of the other deals, a lot of like Roman Anthony in the Red Sox contract, Max Clark in the Tigers deal, and so on. Those were all of them. And I mean, I could go through these, but I mean, Leroy, do you have a lot of takes on first baseman Ryan Clifford, the prospect for the Mets? I know you doing this. John asks, would you rather have Skeens or Prime Otani? Prime Otani.
Prime Otani. Both.
Without question.
Both.
Without question. Yeah, without question.
I mean, it'd be the
you get Otani every day, you get Skeens once every 5 days.
Yeah, it'd be the equivalent of like, I mean, if you had, I'm trying to think, if Peyton Manning played both offense and defense, like that's what Otani is to
he's Travis
baseball.
Hunter.
So, yes, thank you. Yes, Travis Hunter. We still have yet to prove whether Travis Hunter can do that at the NFL level, though.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have conversations about this summer. For me, my favorite thing.
You might get the old man yelling at the cloud for that moment. You might get the old man yelling at the cloud for that.
Listen, I could literally just be like, hey, Leroy, insert topic, and you're probably going to be old man yelling at the cloud with it.
I've been a whole lot better at that than the first year that we did this.
What do you think about the transfer portal, huh? NIL? What do you think about now I just want to keep seeing it. What is your this should maybe be my 40-second question. What is your most old man yelling at the cloud thing? Like, what is the thing that you think you are the oldest, like, make you feel the oldest when you're complaining about? Is it NIL?
Oh, yeah, probably. Mm-hmm. Probably. I miss the days of college sports, what they used to be, Sam. It's stupid now, dude. It's so stupid.
Never been better.
But you're always like, it's about the money. It's about the money.
Well, it is. Basketball's never been better. I'm fascinated how football's going to change. Basketball, I think, is going to be great. I genuinely think basketball is going to be a better product in the long run.
You're not going to see a Cinderella team win anymore, though.
I don't know that I necessarily agree.
I don't know how you can call that better.
I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. But then again, okay, let's just use that as an example. How many Cinderella teams have actually won?
That's not the point. I mean, they've only got there hasn't been one. There hasn't been one. The highest the Cinderella team has gotten is Final Four.
Butler in the national championship, but they lost in a.
That's right.
They had the shot.
Too, yeah,
okay.
I was thinking Steph Curry, but yeah, Butler national championship.
Yeah, and Steph Curry he lost in the Sweet 16?
They lose in the 8 or the Sweet 16?
I don't remember. They did not make the Final Four, but I mean, you had George Mason make the Final Four. Yep. VCU made the Final Four. But I mean, just last year you had NC State make it, and I know that's not a Cinderella, but they were an 11 seed that made it. So I think you're going to see some of it. I think it's going to be one of these things that's going to balance out.
I just don't know how you can fully embrace this and be like, this is fine. You're going to have your own. You're going to have your own minor league teams, minor league system soon. That's what it's going to be.
Football is the one that is going to be very interesting. My favorite thing, though, I saw this week or had this week was, and I had to rock it. Western Kentucky Hilltoppers making the college baseball tournament for the first time since 2009. First time since we've been fans. And I was just thinking back to, us and Caleb
awful.
Sweeney.
Those teams were awful when we were there.
Yeah, they were really bad. And now they're in the NCAA tournament. They won the Conference USA championship. 3 walk-offs in the tournament or something, I think was what the stat was. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome for it.
Go
and
Tops.
They're going to be playing in the Oxford Regional. They're going to be playing against Georgia Tech. What? But do you know who covers Georgia Tech now, right? No. I don't know if you know this.
No.
And this is just for me and you because Paul doesn't know who this is. Well, I guess I don't know if Paul reads like the Atlanta newspapers, but Chad Bishop, remember Chad?
Yes, he's covering Georgia Tech now.
He covers Georgia Tech, so it's the Chad Bishop Bowl in Oxford, which is really funny.
Chad Bishop is such a douche. Oh my gosh,
I liked Chad. Chad was always really good. I always liked working with Chad. He was one that at least was friendly to us. Now some of the other guys,
yeah, Chad was pretty cool.
Like some people that maybe work in Charlotte. Maybe we should invite him on the pod.
Yeah, definitely.
Old KN. Old KN. I'm sure that Kyle Neves would love nothing more than to come on our podcast.
Respect for Kyle Neves. Respect.
We're just name dropping people that nobody has any idea about. But I think it's really cool. WKU. Northwestern, is baseball even a thing?
Yeah.
Did they make the tournament?
They had a big scandal last year. Their coach got in trouble for hazing. So he got.
Maybe.
And then they got Army's former head coach. To take over. Hey, good thing you don't got to drink it, Paul. Shut up.
What do you like?
You don't like a thing.
Paul, what is your like if you were tailgating and you were bringing a beer, what is your beer?
Probably drinking an IPA.
What's your guess? Nah, Bush, it's got to be like Bush Light or something.
Like Bush Peach. Bush Peach.
Bush Apple.
Bush Apple.
You know what? I tried it. It's not bad.
It wasn't horrible. I had some at the 500. It wasn't horrible.
How was it?
Good.
I'm talking 500 in general. So what do you drink, Paul? I mean, if you don't drink, there's nothing wrong with that. Or do you drink like bourbon or whiskey or something like that? I'm giving you. John goes with Sam Adams. Okay. I'm going with
Daniel Adams. He'll get you drunk.
He's a bourbon guy.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days, Paul, you got to come up here and we can do some of the trail for the bourbon.
Definitely needs to.
For the bourbon trail. I'm doing this is one of my
He's already going to be up next year for the Indy 500, so
you say. If anything else, you need to come and go to the Bengals Bears game.
Absolutely. You definitely need to go to the Bears Bengals game because that will be entertainment.
Excuse me. Bengals Bears game. Okay.
The Bears Bengals game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bengals are hosting, so they get the right. Bengals are a better team.
Oh, look at you. Look at you all trying to be cute and funny. Mm-hmm. That's adorable.
Yep. That's adorable. Some Old Forester or some Buffalo Trace. Ooh, some good stuff there. I need to get back into the bourbon. I used to do a lot more.
A bourbon and a cigar? Bourbon and cigar?
Yeah, I don't do many cigars. Two things about the 500. Tom Brady got booed, and don't forget to let Casey Irsay wave the green.
And what's funny is Joseph Newgarden, who's won the last two Indy 500s, broke a fuel pump on like lap 170, and the crowd cheered when he got out. And the announcers were like, "Oh, look, they're cheering for him for all of the success that he's had." No, they weren't. They were cheering because he was done with the race and there was no shot at him winning. It was the fourth coldest Indy 500 ever. Fourth coldest Indy 500 ever. It was 64 degrees. I don't know how cold it was where you were, Sam. But it was.
We probably got up to about 70.
It was pretty chilly over the weekend, and a lot of the cars had grip issues because of how cold it was. So it did make for an interesting first 50 laps or so in the race.
Well, it's funny. Alex Palou won, right?
Correct. Who's won 5 out of the first 6 races of this season. He's been absolute. But
he had never won that race, correct?
He had never won an oval, correct?
So Mark here at the station, he would fully admit that. I think we talked about Jim Irsay dying last podcast.
We did talk about it last week. John, you just missed it.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
In the hospital. Is that really an excuse?
He could get a messenger, but he couldn't pull up YouTube to go watch our. Funny how that works.
Or it's also interesting that it's up there it's not up there on Facebook. Now Facebook deletes it after a month because they're stupid.
Yeah. But
it's up on YouTube forever.
Correct.
Because
you can watch it whenever you want to. 2 a.m. in your room.
Yeah. Because there's nothing more that people want to do when they're under the bed covers
at night
than look at our faces. Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. Nothing quite like that. But what was I was making a point. No, I don't even remember what it was.
What were we talking about?
I have no idea. Oh, Mark was mentioning, and I like hearing him.
Alex Palou.
And he and I think he would admit this privately. I don't know that he would publicly. He does not know Indy at all. But it goes, he's reading the story, and Alex Palou or something, or Plu, or it was not like, it was funny just hearing the pronunciation. And I was like, and immediately I think of you, and I'm like, if you were listening on this, listen, we're 30 minutes later, we're 30 minutes wiser, we're 30 minutes grouchier.
Yeah,
Listen, it's been a week too.
My coworkers in Ireland, I have to work at 6 a.m. all week this week. It's been rough.
You got like 7 days off last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
4, but yes, thank you.
In radio terms, that's like 7. Okay, like you're not. Like, Paul says he's gonna have to retaliate.
Dude, it irritates me to no end. And like Christie's had to like squeeze my hand to listen to people talk about Indy, and I immediately know when they're just talking out of their butt. And maybe you see that at Bengals games too sometimes, where or Reds games where somebody's sitting behind you and you're just like, oh, when are they gonna? Why isn't the pitcher hitting? Why isn't the pitcher hitting? It's like, bro, we haven't had a pitcher hit. Like, stop talking.
So we have the guys that sit to our left have our season tickets. They're really nice guys. We have Sanjay and Moody are their names, but they are very clearly bandwagon Bengals fans. Like they've jumped on the bandwagon. When they're good, they're fans. When they're not fans.
Yep.
2 things. For one, what drives me the absolute craziest about them, and it's one of those things like it shouldn't bother me because it has no impact on me, but they will leave with 5 minutes left in the game no matter what's happening. And I just am like there's been some times where I'm like, is London sleeping?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Good.
Yes.
But there are some times where it's like, it is 31-31. There's 3 minutes left. The Bengals are driving down the field and you're leaving? Like, how do you, I get trying to beat traffic, but it's like, how do you,
I can't leave early from an event. Cubs could be losing 16-2, and I'd sit there with my my shoulders crossed and just
having a good time, right?
Irritated as no end, but I'm not leaving before that game.
But see, part of that is because, like in the broadcasting industry, we can't leave.
Right.
Like, there have been some games where it's like,
I mean, we lost 9-1 tonight.
Luckily, Steven, I don't know how many games he's been on the call with where it's been bad, like real bad. I don't think you've really had many of those
today. I didn't even do a post-game show today. I was straight up like in the bottom of the 7th, because it was 9-1. In the bottom of the 7th inning, I was just like, hey, the player of the game. I want to thank our sponsors. I want to thank you all for watching all season. As there's a strike to make it a 0-2 count. Like, it was straight up just post-game in the 7th inning, because I was just not staying there for – it was cold but humid. It was weird. It was weird.
Yeah, see, we did a game on so it was interesting. On Monday, we had a region tournament. And what they did is the school that hosted it really probably shouldn't be hosting a tournament like that, but whatever. So, but they didn't have room in the press box for media. So they used a trailer that was like a camper almost. And this thing was nice. And what they did is this trailer had like a second level that you climb the side of, and they had tables on the top of it, which was interesting. Sitting up there. But as soon as the game started, like I felt like as I was setting up, I could see the plate. I'll be okay. But then as the game started, I realized that I couldn't see one important thing. The umpire. And when you're down the third base line and you can't see the umpire, and I'm just like, and there's a pitch in there, and I turn and look at the scoreboard, and it's a strike. Like, I have no idea.
You almost, and Sam, you know this as well as I do. Sometimes you have to go off crowd reaction.
And see, we were so far away from the crowd that we couldn't tell.
Yeah.
So it was literally just going off of what the scoreboard would say. We had a lot of faith in that scoreboard operator. Because there was one moment where I said, and that's in there for a strike. And, I'd be talking, it's an 0-2 pitch. And then I looked up and it was like 1-2. And I was like, well, apparently it's not. That was a ball.
Mind.
What do I know? But back to our seatmates at Bengals games. One of the guys goes, this is a game probably 2 or 3 years ago. He looks at me and he goes, hey, where's Marvin Jones? And Marvin Jones last played for the Bengals like 2017. And I was like, well, he hasn't played for the team in 5 years. He goes, oh. Like, yeah. So that kind of reminded me.
My bad.
We went a long way around that. But the blowouts are always the ones that are
it's so brutal, dude. I called a horrible game yesterday. I called a horrible game today, and I'm just glad that high school sports, until football starts, high school sports is over because I tell
So
you
are
what,
we.
man.
We're done. So we have
I'm so over it.
summer basketball starts next week.
Little
We don't
League.
broadcast any of those.
Little League.
Okay, see, we don't broadcast any summer league basketball,
It's
but I'll
so
probably
brutal.
go to a couple because the Cougs. Listen, Leroy, the Cougs. The Cougs just got a
Oh, really?
they got a transfer portal commitment. Got a
Oh,
commitment out of the portal. The Thunder have
Okay,
advanced to the
okay.
NBA Finals too. Thunder just advanced. They beat the T-Wolves. But no,
Yeah.
got a
Go
kid
Pacers.
last
Go Pacers.
year who averaged 17 points a game, shot 43% from three. Like that can do. That can
Okay.
do.
All right.
Paul
Okay.
says the only time I ever sat behind third base dugout in Atlanta was that Rockies game, 19-2. I'll never sit there again. Call me superstitious. That's 19-2. That'll get it done. Oof. That's a little brutal. Brutal. So do they do summer basketball there?
They don't.
Really?
We're not Kentucky. You guys, Kentucky, Indiana basketball. Illinois does. And the thing about Illinois is they do Little League, and all of these little teeny bopper teams think they're better than what they are.
Mm-hmm.
So they all think they're like these like little
Well,
hot show offs, and then they all
So-
get their butts kicked.
I don't know if this is a thing there, but on over the weekend, I needed to get out and go for a walk, like just a lot on the mind and so on, and long walk was the way I did it. And I was like, you know what? I want to go to the park here. So we have like a city park, and there's like 4 or 5 baseball fields there, and there's a long walking trail.
Sometimes single men going to the park is a little bit. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
But there's a long walking trail,
Okay.
and it's nice. But through that, you walk like by the baseball fields, and there was, I don't know, there was like a baseball game going on, and it probably, if it was kid pitch, it was like the first year of kid pitch, and then there was like some softball, but it was all of these kids were, if they were 12, that would have been the oldest one. So the Panthers apparently are cup bound. The Canes have been eliminated.
Oh, Dante Bichette,
There's a name for you.
Andre Scalaraga, and the Vinny Castillo. Oh, those are some good guys, man. The Rockies used to have. Oh,
But I'm walking through the park, and
Yep.
I have headphones in. I'm listening to like a podcast or something. But what all these teams have is on each side they have like their own portable speaker, and I guess they have used AI to have like a PA announcer. So it'd be like one of the booming voices that you'd have. Now batting, Teresa
batting, number
Jackson.
23.
And then it would have her, but it would be like Teresa Jackson. And then it would have like a walk-up song. And I'm like,
So
I never
great.
had any of this when
Great.
I was.
We're getting replaced by AI and everything.
Pretty much.
That's fantastic. That's wonderful.
But it was just wild. I'm like, I had played one game where I had a PA announcer. And I'll like, it's hilarious. Our team was so bad.
Yeah.
But we had a PA announcer for this game.
Okay.
And I remember that I got up there and it was, Sam Gromley.
Gromley. That's good.
And I was like, oh, that's great. And apparently my little brother went up there and told the guy, was like, it's not Gromley, because I think he got it right the next time. And then I proceeded to probably strike out. Probably.
I'm pretty sure that the Mount Zion public address announcer mispronounced every single Taylorville name tonight. And might
they're
have
all
done,
like,
he might have done some Mount Zion ones too, to be honest with you. Bro just did not care. Did not care at all.
You sound confident. That's all that matters. Do you have any of your games?
Yeah.
Your
yeah,
like
I
name
do, I
that
do.
player or whatever it is.
This man's celebrating a birthday today. Hold on.
Oh, see, we didn't have a show today, so I don't celebrating a birthday today. So
Here's today's birthday boy.
Oh boy, that's a lot of numbers. That's a lot of numbers here. Okay, let's see here. So we got to say who this player is.
Correct. Rookie of the Year, 9-time All-Star, 2018 World Series, Rolai's relief man, Hoffman relief man, and Rivera relief man.
Okay, I think I have
Wore the number 46 for most of his career.
former Cub.
Former Cub, absolutely.
Okay, and I would assume, but when you think of this guy, do you think of him as a Brave?
Yes.
Okay, you gotta
You
do
got
the. Do I have right? Am I doing it right? Right. Or I guess you can't even see me because you're in the other tab.
I got you. Yeah, that's him. That's
Okay.
him. Say him.
Craig Kimbrell.
Absolutely. Craig celebrating a birthday today. This week for baseball has been a big birthday week as far as birthdays go. Craig Kimbrell celebrating a birthday. Frank Thomas celebrating a birthday.
Yesterday, yep.
Braves, Matthews, Eddie
Matthews.
Eddie Matthews celebrating a birthday this week. A lot of big birthdays this week. But today, Craig Kimbrell celebrating a birthday today, as is Kirk Gibson, Johnny Peralta. Those are the big names that were celebrating birthdays today. So a very happy birthday to Craig Kimbrell, who turns 37 today. Happy birthday, Craig. What a fantastic picture. I'll never forget all the kids sitting in the fifth row dangling that arm.
You gotta do the whatever it is, like, yeah. You got any tidbits?
Picture, though. Yes. In WNBA news, a sad moment for Christy. A sad moment for Christy. Her favorite player out for 2 weeks with a quad injury. Funny enough, tickets for those games dropped from $86 to $25, which is ironic because Angel Reese said people were watching because of her, not Caitlin Clark. So interesting.
Well, Christy watches because of her.
Correct. Pacers look to move on to the finals for only the second time in their career. They take on the Knicks, or in their history. They take on the Knicks tomorrow night at 7 p.m. They pick up a win tonight. In hockey news, the Carolina Hurricanes lost tonight, sending Florida to the championship. Florida has a chance to play Edmonton in a rematch of last year's final. Tell me why nobody else wants to win at hockey. Other news like that. Yes, the Indy 500 was this weekend. The Indy 500 had the biggest crowd that they've had since 2008. So at one point, 8.1 million people were watching the race. So it was pretty big deal for our sport. Really awesome to see. Those are my tidbits for today.
You ready for Now Here's a Guy?
Yes, I am. Let's do it.
Alrighty, I've got this, and this is a specific.
Said Angel Reese. Angel Reese might become the best player.
So this is a specific Cubs team, and it's a fairly recent team. But what I did is I just went to their Wikipedia and I pulled their Wikipedia picture.
Okay.
So I think one of these guys is actually wearing a Cubs uniform, but these are all former Cubs players who all played on a team in 1 year. Okay, but they may have been a Cub longer.
Do I got to tell you the year, or do I got to tell you the days?
If you want to, I won't tell you the year. Let's see if you can get the year when we're done, though.
Okay.
Just for fun.
All right.
Would you like 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Let's go one.
Number one. Who is this?
Oh my goodness.
I want to. This has to be like a Korean league, maybe.
It's got to be, right? The Dina Bay Stars.
Who is this?
It's a right-hander.
I will tell you that. Yes, he is a right-handed pitcher.
Is he a reliever or a starter?
He is a pitcher.
You suck.
I would say he's a reliever. I think he is. Let me double check. Yeah, he's playing in the Japanese league right now. Huh. He was acquired by the Cubs in a trade for a former Red.
Oh.
A Red legend, Jason Vossler.
Sorry, I thought you said Red Legend.
He was a Red legend for like 1 day. 1 day he was. I'd be surprised if this is one of these that only you can get.
I don't know.
Jameson Taillon is Paul's guess. John is guessing pitcher McBall thrower. Sadly, that is incorrect.
I like that one a
this
whole lot.
Do you have a guess or no?
I do not. Go ahead.
This is Rowan Wick.
Rowan Wick. Oh my goodness. All right. Go with number 3. Oh, number 3.
Number 3. He's going to go out of order here. Okay, number 3. Who is this?
Gosh, who is that?
I don't know. It's your job to tell me.
Shut up. I know that.
Honestly, I didn't know this guy was even still active. Gosh, I didn't realize he was that active that recently.
A lot of those guys will never give up their dreams, man.
This guy was not bad. Like, let's see. How many games did he play? He only played 27 games for the Cubs.
What are you doing to me?
Well, this year he played this season that it is. Well, at least this is a guy that you should know. Let's see if we have a comment here. Yeah, Paul says he never would have gotten that. Yeah, you probably wouldn't have. Rowan Wick, at least, though, was somebody who pitched for the Cubs for multiple seasons.
Correct. Mm-hmm. I know the name. Correct.
Mm-hmm. This guy is known more for being a player on a different team in the division, though,
and not the Nationals.
No, I would not. This guy would not be known as a National. He would be known as somebody maybe to the north of the Cubs. And Paul Reeves has gotten it. This is Jonathan Lucroy.
I don't even remember Lucroy playing for the Cubs.
Yeah,
holy
23
cow!
Games for him.
Go
2 or 4.
Go with 2. My goodness.
Number 2.
I am so bad at this game. Holy
Number
cow!
2.
Wow, I'm so bad at this game. What did this guy play? 15 games for the Cubs? What are you doing to me, Gormley?
This guy at least, I think, played at least more than one season. Yeah, he played 2 seasons with the Cubs. And I want to say that every time he came in, the Reds hit him really well. I say this, and I could probably look at the stats, and he probably was, didn't record a run, no runs against him. See, how many games did he appear for the Cubs? He appeared in 150 games for the Cubs.
So yeah, 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm. And was with the Cubs. Well, actually, I take that back. He was pretty good with the Cubs. 2.55 ERA.
2.55 ERA.
Uh-huh. Who is this? This would be Steve Cishek.
Oh, it's Sidearm Wonder.
Steve Cishek.
Sidearm Wonder.
Yes.
Steve Cishek did the...
Uh-huh. Paul, you probably know Steve Cishek. He pitched for the Marlins, pitched for the Nationals a little bit, so at least it's somebody that you would have seen.
He pitched for a fairly decent long time. He was all right.
And the last guy is probably one of your easiest.
Oh, my gosh. Look at those glasses.
Do you know who this is?
Absolutely not.
Oh, this is going to be one, though, that when I tell you, you're going to hate yourself.
I mean, I hate myself anyway, but go ahead.
I want to say this guy, he was a Red. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. Let me see. Okay, I have not looked right now. I'm going to guess he pitched in like less than 10 games for the Reds. Let's see if I'm right. 1 game. He pitched 1 game for the Reds. It was awful, wasn't he? Not great. 1 inning with the Reds. This guy, though, appeared in 66 games for the Cubs.
Okay. All right.
Who is this? When I tell you, you're going to kick yourself.
Go ahead. Tell me.
Alec Mills.
Oh!
I knew it. Knew that would be one that you would absolutely kick yourself. Alec Mills.
So is that 2015?
So it was Rowan Wick.
Yep.
Steve Cishek, Jonathan Lucroy, or Alec Mills.
It's got to be 2014 or 2015 because Cishek was. Is it earlier than that? Am I old?
No, you are way too old. You're way too old. This would be 2019.
Wow.
2019. Yep. The 2019 Chicago Cubs.
I am done. I'm telling you, that is amazing. Wow. I thought that would have been like, those weird years before they were really, really good, where they were like there, but they weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
It was the years after that.
Mm-hmm. The 2019 Chicago Cubs. I'm always here for a Jonathan Lucroy mention, though. Paul got Mills.
Yeah,
get Alec Mills. Now, if I would have told you he pitched a no-hitter, would you have been able to pull out Alec Mills then?
Probably not. Probably not.
And then you would have been probably angry at yourself for not getting it, right?
Yes. I'm already angry at myself because I should know these guys a whole lot more than what I do, but
I'll give you it. Yes. Oh, yeah. Paul did say his stats. Thanks, Paul, for that reminder. I had it and didn't get to it. We'll do Paul's stats of the week here. Where are they? Let's see here. I completely had meant to do that earlier, but doing it. Okay. So he's actually given me 3. He asked me, he said I could pick one differently. But how about we just do all 3? How's it?
Oh, all right. Yeah, let's go. I do enjoy stats, like the Braves being games and the Cubs.
So you probably know this, that Prince Fielder and Cecil Fielder each had...
Cecil.
I think he pronounced it Cecil, didn't he?
Go ahead.
Did he not pronounce it Cecil?
I don't know. I'm probably wrong. Go ahead.
Paul, who's right? Is it Cecil or Cecil? I think it's Cecil. Now, I could be completely wrong. They each hit 319 career home runs.
Right.
But did you know that they also matched each other with 97 two-out home runs, 49 home runs in the 4th inning, 29 home runs in the 5th inning, and 18 home runs in the 9th inning? Steven said it's... Oh, well, now Steven says Cecil and Paul says Cecil.
And now Prince's son is playing baseball now.
Yeah, which...
Because you're all old. All of you are old.
Do I see some more gray hairs in your beard after saying that?
I'm old. I'm so old.
I think it is how to pronounce Cecil Fielder. Let's see. So Google says Cecil, but I think it is Cecil. I don't know. Oh, well. No, here it is. Best baseball reference says Cecil. Baseball reference. Do you trust baseball reference?
No. I was there. Don't speak to me about the dark magic, son. I was there when it was written.
Dusty Baker has played,
You're like
coached,
12.
Dusty Baker has played, coached, or managed in almost 3% of the games in Major League Baseball history.
That's some crazy stuff. Jamie Moyer. Jamie Moyer has a crazy stat like that, where he faced like 12 at the time. He faced like 12% of all hitters that have ever been at bat in major leagues, which is just insane, weird stuff like that to me.
And then the last one, Bobby Witt Jr. last year, the only player ever with 30 homers, 40 doubles, 10 triples, and 25 steals in one season. Those are Paul Reeves's stats of the week.
They said if you took all of the major leaguers from the beginning of Major League Baseball till now, you could fill up Progressive Field 78% of the way.
Right.
Like that's just a mind-blowing stat to me.
It's hard to wrap your brain around that.
You can fit them all in one stadium, every single player that's played in the major leagues. It's just crazy.
Would you like to ask or answer here?
I will ask first because I have a very interesting one. So tonight I had to broadcast the game basically from the visiting section because that's where the plug-in was. So I had to sit and call for Taylorville in front of Mount Zion. So I ask you, my friend, where's the craziest place you've had to call a game from? You kind of talked a little bit about it earlier, but I want to know if there's anything else.
So one time, and I think I'm going to have to do this again this coming football season, but at one of the schools that we go to, I don't know why the clock's not moving. It's moving on my end. My computer's it's giving up today. We'll just talk. It was in their press box, though, the visiting radio and the home coaches share a press box. And there was nothing quite like sharing a room when the other team, like when your team scores a touchdown and the other team is very mad about it. And you're just like, touchdown, Cougars. And they're like, gosh, dang it. It's kind of fun there. Steven has this crazy stat of this week, too. He says, was looking at complete games during the season. Some dude in the late 1800s had 75 in one season. That's wild. That's wild. And John says the Panthers did not touch the Prince of Wales trophy. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but
it means that hockey players are really superstitious and they're afraid if they touch the trophy, they will not win the big trophy.
Okay.
You asked what it meant. I'm telling you what it meant, old man.
If you could give your children
Oh,
each right now,
oh.
you had the power. You've got what, 30 kids? Is that right?
24, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay. 4 today, right? Is that what it is? I can't keep
4.
track.
4.
If you could give each of them a superpower, what would you give each of them?
Let's see. Kaylee would be able to run whenever she wanted to. London would be to read minds. Lexi would have a superpower of being able to jump as high as she wanted to. And Bailey to be able to measure anything without a ruler.
What a terrible superpower. He's going to watch this and be like, you're giving them all of these great ones. And do you really want one of your daughters to be able to read your mind, though?
Probably not. But in the 40 seconds that I had, that was the first thing that came to my mind.
Steven says he'd give Eli the ability to think independently.
I need a whole week to figure this out.
So London is the favorite. Is that accurate?
That's...
They're not watching.
Yeah, she's probably my favorite. Yeah, she's probably my favorite.
The baby usually is. I like this. Steven says, though, he'd give Eli the ability to think independently. Not a superpower, just to be able to think. A lot of 18-year-olds need that. Okay, I'm ready.
What pregame rituals do you have before you go on the air?
I don't really have many anymore. And Steven might correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm missing anything, but I don't. I used to like pop on a playlist and listen to some music or something like that. But really I don't even do that anymore. But that's changed a lot because we have all of the video and we have the kids with us and so on. That a lot has to change, and I'm worrying about a lot more things that I don't necessarily have the time to do it, other than maybe just stressing out before we get on air. But I don't really have like a ritual per se. You know, I always interview the coach right before the game. I get the lineups and so on and go over things, but I don't necessarily have any like superstition. I don't eat before a game typically, but I don't know that that's really like what you're looking for there.
I listened to the former NBC IndyCar entrance music, like the theme music that they used for IndyCar for. Make sure all the cameras are on.
Yep.
Like the music that IndyCar used at NBC, that's the music I listen to before I get ready for my broadcast. It's the only weird thing that I do.
Interesting.
Baja Blast, Paul. It's Baja Blast, and I'm disappointed that I have to keep saying what that drink is.
Listen, my Wendy's Baconator is usually my post-game meal. Like if I have
they're on sale this week, $3. I'm telling you, I heard a commercial today. They're on. You better write it down. You better write it down.
I'm on the app right now. If I pull up this app and it is not $3, then you're gonna have to buy me one.
That's fine. I heard a commercial.
Because I am going to be very sad. So I can get a 1-cent junior bacon cheeseburger. I'm not seeing anything about a $3.
I heard a commercial during the Cubs game today. I let you down. I'm sorry.
Not the first time, not the last time.
Won't be the last.
Not gonna be the last. There is no question about that. This is probably one of these that we've asked about, but and you don't even have to. We can, if you even want to say do a Mount Rushmore, or you could do just a couple of them. What are your pet peeves?
My pet peeves.
Mm-hmm.
In what capacity? Of anything. People that drive slower than 55 and 55 mile an hour speed limits. Like if you're on the road, go drive, darn it. When I ask my kids to do something and they absolutely blatantly ignore me, or I have to ask them 4 or 5 times to do something around the house, that also annoys me. And then let's go for one last one. when I have a great idea for a news story or a great idea for something at work, and my boss basically just pulls the rug out from underneath me and says, "No, you're not doing that," which happened today, and I'm about ready to kill him. So,
You want to talk about it?
August 1st. Oh, we are going to talk about it. When this podcast is done, you and I are absolutely going to talk about it.
I mean, listen, just bring it up right now. Like, what are we, Listen, it's probably a good thing that we don't have our post-talk podcast over air because there would be some interesting conversations. Steven is right, though. My post-game ritual is absolutely run to the can. Run to the can. When your left, right, rear tire catches fire at the start of your drive.
It's still fresh. It's still fresh. Please don't do that to me. I got home and the first thing Lexi said was, well, at least my driver's brakes don't start on fire. I'm like, dude, I just walked it. My driver's brakes caught on fire during like the opening laps, and he ended up finishing 20th in the race. Lexi's driver won the race. So the first thing I get when I walk in the house is, well, at least my driver's tires didn't catch on fire. Like, you're lucky you live here. You're lucky you live here. That
person, Pelot, though, is not who you told me to bet on to win, right?
Correct. No.
Okay.
No.
Did you say Pato, right?
Pato Award, who finished in third.
Okay. But third wouldn't have won me any money, so good thing I didn't do it. Maybe you should tell us live instead of talking after. No. Some of the things stay.
No.
I mean, Leroy and I have had some conversations in the last month that do not deserve to go on air. Frankly, just because
we keep that that's for Sam and myself.
Yeah, I don't think we can even like say this is what it's. No, I just think, some things are.
Mine is always work related because my job sucks and because no one else understands what I go through like Sam does. Because Sam, here's the weird part. Sam's boss and my boss are completely opposite. They are they are completely opposite people. One's super into everything that's going on. The other one's very hands off. Together, if we combine them, they'd probably be the perfect boss.
Or the worst.
Or the worst. We don't know. But here's the thing. No one understands quite like each other when it comes to our horrible bosses. So we make sure to, I promise you.
Listen, like our bosses have good qualities. Our bosses both have good qualities. They do. They do. Like, your best quality is that he's leaving.
August 1st. August 1st, baby.
And Mark is very forward-thinking in a lot of ways, which is very good. Steven knows Mark, in some ways better than I do. He's known Mark longer than I have.
Yeah. Basically, we've got some issues in town, and every single time I think I've got what my boss wants me to do, he comes out of right field with the most random stuff that was not what was on my radar at all. It's like when you're playing chess and you're like, oh, they're going to move the queen, and they move the pawn instead. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that happens very often when I'm playing chess. Big chess player over here. Paul was getting his.
Do you play cribbage? Are you big? Do you know the game cribbage?
Bless you. I know Quidditch.
Cribbage. Does anybody know the game cribbage?
With a Bill's
That's
Toasty.
True.
I don't know what is a Bill's Toasty.
That's the 2 a.m. restaurant you go to when you really, really need some drunk hungover food. Does no one in the comments know cribbage? John does.
Cribbage?
Yeah. Fantastic game.
Cribbage. No. Yep, nope. I got nothing. Maybe I'm the only one.
Great game.
Yep, I got nothing. I've never heard of cribbage in my life. Never heard of cribbage. No, I got nothing. I know Cards Against Humanity. I know that.
Hey, there you go.
Uh-huh. I don't know. John plays while he's in the hospital, so that's all the time. Dang, Paul.
Tells you all you need to know right there.
Mike says I made some cribbage with corned beef brisket. No,
that's cabbage. Cabbage, not cribbage.
Dude, listen. Corned beef and brisket. Oh. I do love brisket.
How you feeling about the football season this year? You excited yet?
Are we Bengals?
Yeah. Are you excited?
Yeah. I mean, see, for me, Johnson's out here catching strays.
I mean, it's a normal Wednesday night.
Right. I am like, are they going to make me go gray? Of course they are.
Dang, Mike pulling out all the gunshots over here, man.
Paul says, I liked steamed cribbage or stemmed cribbage. Do you like, I know. Oh, so is it euchre?
So euchre is a big game.
I know euchre.
Michigan people play euchre like crazy.
So is euchre and cribbage the same thing?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I know euchre. Bengals can have a defense. Meh. I mean,
they're going to win games 42-38.
Mm-hmm.
Sam saying that like in the most like, if like he's telling himself like, yes, I like you're trying to like convince yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just love going to the games. You know, like every year it's funny. What is euchre? Euchre's like spoons, isn't it? If you ever played spoons,
Yeah,
same thing as spoons.
It's a huge. It's weird because euchre is really a. I'm trying to think of what the word is. It's a localized game. Like there's certain states that play euchre like crazy, and then other states that have never ever heard of it whatsoever. Yeah, euchre really like territorial card game.
Yeah. Steven says my Cincy boys taught me euchre. Yeah. I guess it's in the same vicinity. Cribbage is the game of the marbles.
Cribbage is the game where they have the board and you've got 120 spaces and you jump. It's like
120. Nothing like spoons. Closer to spades. Okay, I'm thinking of another game then with spoons. Closer to spades. Okay. I've played euchre before. It's been a while though.
And he played euchre before. Not well, but he played euchre before.
Yeah, I never. Well, I mean, I've probably told this story before. I've played one game of Texas Hold'em in my life. One. I won. I'm retired. I won. Yeah.
He played one game of poker. Yeah. It was like, I win, so I'm done.
I won like $40 that night. And what's funny is I got frustrated at the end. And I was done. Because as you know, poker could literally last forever. You know, you keep on going. And finally it got to the point where it was like 1 or 2 in the morning. And I was like, I've been working all day. I was like, I kind of just want to go home. I was like, you know what? All in. And it was me and another guy, and that guy looked at me and was like, screw it. All in. And I just threw it down. I don't know if I had a card or not.
2 jacks. Bro won with like 2 8s.
I couldn't even tell you what I won with. But I won, and I was like, you know what? Retire. Mick got married, 3 or 4 years ago. And in his bachelor party, they played poker, and I just sat and I watched. I was like, I'm 100%. Never lost. Never gonna play again.
Bro won with pair 8s.
Harry Carey or Bob Euchre? Better announcer. Bob Euchre.
Euchre, probably.
Yeah, Euchre. Steven says we played nickel poker in college. When they went to quarter, I had to quit. Yeah, see, I don't even remember. Like, it might have only been $20 that I won, but I remember being like, it was, like $30, $40.
I won
like that.
$80 off of Vijay Singh winning at the Masters one year. Didn't know golf at all, but I won $80 off of Vijay Singh, and I was like, yes, yeah.
Don't you love those connections? Like nobody thinks about Vijay Singh anymore.
No, absolutely not.
Paul plays poker once a month. It's fun. I'm sure poker probably played a lot in the Army.
Bailey loves poker.
Really?
We were at the 500, and he had his phone out, and I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Texas Hold'em." Like, what do you mean Texas? Like, what do you know about Texas Hold'em? And he's like, "It's fun." Like, all right, I don't even know what's happening. Okay, that's fine. You enjoy your.
Now, did you play a lot of cards in the Army? Was that something that you all would do?
Yeah.
Now, would you all bet, or would it just be?
Yeah, it'd be betting, but it'd be betting with the understanding that if you didn't have it, like you'd end up like doing push-ups and like stupid stuff like that. But I mean, there was betting involved, but oh, shocker! Oh,
MREs. Did you have to put some of the
Oh no! Ooh. Yeah,
What
you
was
have to eat like the breakfast omelet one.
Was that the worst one?
Oh, dude, you don't even have to be in the army, and all you have to do is go up to the army guy and say, "Hey, the breakfast omelet MRE, how about that?" And you will get the most disgusting look on your face. Ooh, man, I tell you what, awful, awful.
What's the best?
Chili Mac.
I think I've heard that.
It had Skittles inside.
Didn't have big card games on my bingo card tonight. Nobody really listen, when people come to our show, you
That's
never
true.
really know what's on the bingo card. You never really know what's on the bingo card. Because I don't think we had Chili Mac MREs on the bingo card either.
We did not. We did
I
not.
don't know that I've ever had one. I think one time I looked on the
I've got one in
Amazon
my
and was almost
garage
going to
if
do
you-
it.
I'll bring it to you. I've got one in my garage. I'll bring it to you.
I think I'm going to do this. I think stroganoff. It was horrid.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So what breakfast omelet was what it was?
Oh, it's awful. Oh,
Tell you what, if I find one on Amazon and send it to both of us, will you try it on a show?
I will try it on the show if you.
Okay, sorry. Okay, no, I'm not spending $25 for a one pack. So
Yeah. See. Yeah.
let me just search an MRE. And let's just see, because I've never really had one. Is there
John,
like a cheap?
what makes it so bad is most of the time MREs can be eaten hot or cold, and a breakfast omelet absolutely needs to be warm. And even then, it tastes rubbery. It tastes bland. It's not good. A lot of the other MREs you can really, I mean, they're not great, but they're decent. Breakfast omelet is not.
I'm looking here, mredepot.com.
Oh my goodness, there's a website. Of course
Oh, here
there
we
is.
go. Here we go. There's some here that are this sounds like a decent, we're going to be drinking so if y'all been training, no, I've not been training for the lemonade drinking contest.
I am ready. I am.
Liar.
Let's go. Relax the jaw. Don't forget to cup the balls. That's how it works. Just saying.
Where's the store? Ship it. Okay. Maybe we will do an MRE so this
An
actually
MRE
has
challenge? An
no,
MRE
more just I don't know that it's a challenge. I think it's more of their best selling one is just the tortillas.
Uh-huh.
So the best actual meal is chicken noodle with vegetables.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
So I'm looking here. So there's 85 options on here. So let's see what the cheapest one is.
You gotta give me a moment.
Spiced apples.
Spiced apples?
Spiced apples.
Woo!
Spiced apples. Are you okay? Are you Oh, here we go. Do you want me to just send you 72 packs of Mexican chicken stew for $320? Oh, Leroy must be going to the restroom right now. He's left me right now in doing this. Apparently they do put vegetables in these. Apparently they do. I'm looking right now to see if this can be done. Interesting. So you didn't hear my question, did you?
No.
Do you want 72 packs of Mexican chicken stew?
Oh, no.
It's only $320.
That stuff's spicy, man. No.
Steve,
Oh,
it's
no.
his post game. Yeah, I don't. That might be our post game meal because that might kill us.
All right, let's move. We got the challenge. Let's go on to our tournament. Let's go on to our final two for our tournament.
Do it.
All right, it is time now for the final round of our most important sports moments in history. History. All right. The number 8 seed, Michael Jordan's final shot in the Bulls uniform, wins the championship versus number 23, Randy Johnson and the Bird. Yes, Sam, I already know which one you are picking.
The Bird.
Yeah. Jordan.
Michael Jordan's never done anything. That Bird gave his life.
Boy, I wish I could mute you from over here.
That Bird. See, the best part is you know what I can do? I can do this and mute you on my end. John votes for the bird. Paul is voting for Jordan. So that means it is 2 versus 2.
And Steven is still very upset. Steven is still very upset.
Steven is voting for the bird. Mike Taylor is voting for Jordan. Steven will vote for Jordan as well. It looks like Michael Jordan is going to win this. John is with me, though, in voting for the bird.
Well, look at that.
Jordan beat somebody that made me... I'm still angry about. Who did he... Tiger, wasn't it?
Yes.
How that beat Tiger winning the Masters in 2019, I'll never understand. I will never in a million years understand that.
So we have our winner. Michael Jordan wins above all else. Beat Michael Phelps. Beat They Are Who We Thought They Were. Beat Tiger Woods finally winning a Masters. Beat Reggie Jackson hitting 3 home runs. And beat Luis Gonzalez's World Series walk-off against the Yankees.
Remind me though. Who did the bird beat in the first round? Sorry, my mind is escaping a little bit.
It does not escape you. You're being a jerk. But Randy Johnson in the very first round beat the Dream Team dominating at the Barcelona Olympics.
Really? Huh.
Yes.
It was a fun Cinderella run. It was a fun.
We're not too thrilled with how that moved forward. Don't forget to join us next week. We're not going to announce it yet, but we have a brand new tournament starting for you next
we
week.
said what it was, didn't we?
We did.
Okay. Fast food item.
Yep.
MJ.
So we're not
Tiger
necessarily doing fast food restaurants. We're doing fast food items. We will have 64 of the best fast food items coming to you your way next Wednesday night. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be fantastic.
So what I did was watch the documentary again the other day. Steven says I put this into like old. I didn't use ChatGPT. I used Gemini instead because Gemini saves it.
All right.
But like a couple of things that they threw in there, like just McDonald's fries, spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's.
Taco Bell will win everything. Everything.
The Doritos Locos Taco.
Let's go. My inner fatty thanks you.
So, do you all have Taco John's?
So we do. It's on the interstate. I'm from Minnesota, so Taco John's were king up there. But we have one Taco John's that's in between Decatur and Springfield. So anytime sometimes I'll make a way out of my way to go stop there and pick up Taco John's.
There's one about an hour from us, and I'd always heard people talk about it. So I was in that area.
A little expensive, but so good.
I guess maybe it was 2 years ago. I don't even remember when it was. But I stopped at Taco John's because I'd always heard about the potato olays. So that's one of the options there. You have fun there, bud?
Anyway,
cookout tray on here and stuff, so we'll have to have some fun with this next week.
So
good?
Yeah.
Good. You got any autographs this week or no?
Autographs, yes.
I know we rudely skipped that last week.
And we've got a theme for this. Was supposed to be last week's.
Yeah.
So
it was one of those things. Even last week, if you remember, I was like, I feel like we're missing something.
Yeah, it was a weird week though.
Yeah, there was a lot going on.
All right, so here we go.
Last week.
Start things off here. All of these drivers have something in common. And with the Indy 500 this last weekend, this was supposed to be last week's. We'll see how good Sam Gormley's knowledge of Indy 500 drivers are. You got this, Sam.
I have no earthly idea. Am I even going to know this guy even exists?
Maybe not this guy, but the next two guys you should know.
Marco Andretti.
No.
That is not Tony Stewart. That's not Tony Stewart, is it?
No.
I was going to say Anthony Joseph. Is that right?
Is that his real name?
I was going to say
No.
Okay.
No.
Who is this?
This is Rick Mears. Rick Mears. You know that name?
Nope. I may have heard of it. Is he related to Casey?
Uncle.
Okay.
Uncle. All right,
Okay.
here's number 2.
Oh, AJ Foyt?
Yes.
Right? Look at that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Good job,
I
Sam.
pulled that straight out of my butt. Straight out of my
You
rear end.
pulled
100%.
You pulled the winner. Look at the pagoda, how it used to look. It's so much better
AJ
now.
Foyt. Yeah, pulled that straight out of my butt. 100%.
All right, so we got Rick Mears. We got AJ Foyt.
I assume
Who's
these
this
are all
guy?
people that have won.
Who's this guy?
John also got AJ Foyt there. I don't know why I keep looking over at my bigger monitor. I'm so used to during, because when I'm set up, this monitor is my smaller one and this one is my bigger one. So I'm so used to being able to look over here and see it bigger. Steven had already looked up Foyt to pick tonight. Say Howie Van? I don't think I. Oh, is that Mario Andretti?
Howie Van. No, it's not Mario Andretti.
Dancing with the Stars?
This guy just raced on Sunday.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
So that is Elio Castroneves.
That's Elio Castroneves?
That is Elio Castroneves. Now, so what do Elio Castroneves, AJ
I would assume
Foyt,
they've all won the Indy 500?
how many times?
3 times.
4. They're the only drivers along with
God,
so
how,
Elio,
that is an old picture. Elio Castroneves is looking old.
he's 50 years old. Elio's 50.
But still. Gosh, he's old.
But Elio, Rick Mears, and AJ Foyt all have 4 wins at the Indy 500.
I didn't realize he raced in the Daytona 500 this year.
Yep, he did. How
Interesting.
about the state? He did really good this year in the Indy 500. Finished in 9th place in the Indy 500. Did really well this year. Did not do
Alrighty.
well. It did not do well in the Daytona 500.
Time now for our NASCAR picks of the week.
Let's go.
Again, the standings. I have taken the lead in the pick contest. I have 388. 363 for Leroy. Paul is 316. John at 225. Mike, you have 118. Steven, you got the 43, and Blake has 39.
By the way,
That's
this
stats
weekend
race.
marked the first time a guy starting in last place won the race. So
In a long time.
yes,
Long time,
in
right?
a very long time. Yes.
John, you are ineligible to pick Joey Logano this week. Other than that, everybody's eligible to pick whoever they would like this week.
Let's see. Who am I picking?
I'm going to go with Christopher Bell. John picked Christopher Bell. I will not pick Christopher Bell. Then I'll change my pick.
I'm going with Joey Logano.
Steven is picking Al Unser.
Hey, boy, Steven. Go with Junior. At least you got a fighting chance.
Isn't he a drag racer? Or no?
Who?
Al Unser? Is he a drag racer?
No, Indy racer.
Indy racer. Okay.
Yeah.
It shows you what I know. So you're going Logano. I'll go. Who do I want? You know, I haven't picked this guy all year. Mike is going to pick Larson.
Well, Paul or Mike, Google failed me then. Google failed me.
So you've not picked Logano at all this year. I'm going to pick Chastain.
Back to back.
Yeah. Paul's going to go Elliott.
You do you, King.
You know, I'm feeling. John is going to go with Bell.
You're,
Now,
feeling, you're feeling frisky. You're feeling good.
You know what? I got a lead now. I'm due a last place finish.
All right. Sounds good.
Guaranteed, I will not be winning next week. Guaranteed. Ross Crash Dane, right? Isn't that what they call him?
Ross Chastain.
He will be finishing that. Any parting thoughts this week? I know we've gone a little bit long since we started late.
No, just that we should be in the middle by next week. We should be in the middle of finals for both the NBA and the NHL. I know we're moving 1 week closer to the start of training camp, where we all think we're going to go 17-0. And let's see what else.
New bracket.
New bracket. It'll also be moving closer to the trade deadline. Listening to some of the major league owners, they're thinking that a lot of these teams are going to be in sell mode. And what I mean by that is basically like they're too close to 500, where they still think their team has a chance. But you're not going to see a whole lot of weird trades because too many teams still think they're in it. So that'll be something that we'll be watching as we get closer to July and get closer to the trade deadline as well. So that'll be something that we keep
John,
an eye
yes. Yes, Russ
Yes.
Chastain was the one
Yes.
who won or he didn't win. He
He
finished
made the
a certain-
playoffs. That's he needed to like 8th or something and made the playoffs. They banned the move.
It's a legendary move.
Like literally 2 weeks later, they were like,
and I love like the audio clip is this is either gonna work or I'm gonna see God, I think is what he said, or something like that. Like Mike says, are any pieces of Rockies that can be salvaged? No.
that team might finish with less wins than the Cleveland Spiders.
And I love that they fire Bud Black like it's his fault.
Yeah. And the greatest part of them firing Bud Black was they fired him after the team won.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't do it. They couldn't pick one of the 45 losses that they had. They lost again tonight, by the way. They couldn't pick one of the 45 losses they had. They had to pick up on the one time that they actually won the game. Fantastic.
Acuna homered on his first at bat. We should have bet that. I've not been doing much betting. I've not. I got to get back into it.
As the Braves trail 8-1.
But yeah, Bud Black was given a gift by being fired. There's no question about that. No question. Well, that'll probably wrap us up here for this week. We'll be back next week for the next edition of the show. Appreciate you for tuning in. We thank everyone for joining us every week. We hope to see you back next week. Here's the wildest part. Next week is June.
1 month closer to the Lemonade Challenge.
Oh, God. That is such a bad idea. Such a bad idea. But, hey, that's what we're here for. We're here for all kinds of bad ideas. So that'll be next week's, that'll be next week's. We'll get into it. We'll have more on that. They're playing today, aren't they, Paul?
No.
Who's playing today?
Braves. They're not.
Well, we'll see you next week on next week's edition of the show. Leroy, have a great week. We'll see you next week.